just went right through this shield. You could line up 3, maybe even 7 malnourished Japanese soldiers and it would go right. And it would go right through. You're gonna win that rap battle.
So today I wanted to share with you a little project I'm working on. This, what you see here, is my portable DIY electric generator. So right now it's a little rough. It's in a test bench configuration, kind of a proof of concept to see how everything works. Make sure it's kind of good to go before I move on to like cleaning it up, making it a nice, sleek, easier setup. I have a gas generator too, which is a Honda 1000 EU, I believe it's called. No issues with that. Works great, used it before. I'm just trying to kind of diversify my energy needs, and especially with electricity, if you add a solar panel to it, you pretty much almost have infinite power. So you can go out and buy, pre-built little generators. They have little and big ones, which is fine. But I wanted to save money and I wanted to do something that was expandable. So what I mean by expandable is, in the future, I can add unlimited batteries. I can get as many batteries as I want to, power my system. So I'm able to expand my storage, my energy storage with this. And doing it myself, I know how this works. I can fix it, I can adapt it, and do things like that. You get a pre-built system, you're pretty much stuck with whatever they give you. Some of them are allowed for expansion, but they get expensive. So I do already know how to, the basics of wiring and electronics. I'm not an expert, it's not my profession. So if you do see something you could improve with this system, by all means, let me know. If you see something unsafe, anything like that, put it in the comments, I'd appreciate it. I have enough of a knowledge to start to put this stuff together myself. If you don't, it's not hard. You can absolutely learn this yourself. Take advantage of the internet, save yourself from some money, learn a new skill. Something I want to mention too is this idea sparked basically because I have a expensive medication that needs to be cold all the time. So with this option, with the solar panel, the batteries, the availability to add batteries, I can run my refrigerator for pretty much forever as long as I have enough solar power and battery backup. So with that being said, let me run through all the components and the things I used here. Everything, like every video, I'll link that down in the description. So if you want to build exactly what you see here, because I know this works, my next step is going into the building phase of the final system. But yeah, if you want to do something like this, you can use what I use because I know it all works well together. Or, go build your own and use some of these components. So this is the Redodo 100 amp hour battery. This is a fantastic battery. The prices have gone down significantly. So when I bought this, I paid about $350 for it, $375 maybe. I can't give you a price now, but they are at least $100 less than what I paid for it at the time of this video. So definitely it's a good time to buy batteries. I need to get a new one, another one soon here myself. Next up here we have the Ampeak 1200 watt inverter. Now I wanted to get a little bit of overkill on the inverter because again, my whole idea with this is expansion. More solar panels, more batteries, higher output of an inverter. You do get, I think, what they call pure, clean sine wave power out of this. So you can run a lot of your more delicate electronics on this, which is great. But yeah, good little unit, done good research on it. It does the power it says it outputs. So yeah, love it. Moving down here, this is a HTRC smart charger. And this has the ability to charge all different types of batteries, charge my car batteries, lead acids and things like that. So a great little charger. It's got different settings. So you have a repair mode, you got 15 amp, you got 5 amp, and I believe more of a kind of trickle charge 2 amp setting on here. Moving down, this is my Renogy Voyager. So this is my solar charge controller, which runs obviously with my solar panel. This is a basic little unit, but I wanted something small, compact, and just did the job, and that's exactly what this does. So you can monitor your amperage, your voltage. You can even plug in a temperature sensor down here, I believe. It is outdoor, like waterproof, so it can be outdoors. It is a 20 amp unit, so I will, if I upgrade solar panels, I will need to upgrade my solar controller. My plan was not to go crazy with the solar panels, but we'll see kind of in the future, you know, how this plans out. Like I said, this is the test bench, and I want to expand off of this. So talking about the wiring real quick, starting off, we got from the battery, our connections are 4 gauge. This is oxygen-free copper. This should be absolutely plenty for the amount of power I'm planning on running through this. So then the power runs into this 120 amp circuit protector. Everything's fused, everything's wired properly, so I want to be safe with it. So then I run it up to the inverter. So the connections coming off of the inverter, I kind of use as bus bars right now, so we'll have the solar charger running into there from there. And then all my connections for my smart charger are down here. So I just find it convenient to mount it up here, especially with my testing. It kind of all just stays in one place. So something else I run on here, I was doing some modifications, didn't get to putting this back on, but this is just your standard cigarette lighter. And this goes on here too, so I don't have to run the inverter to charge things like my cooler or charge phones, because this inverter will pull a little bit of power. So to be more efficient, if I don't need to run this inverter, I can run this cigarette lighter and charge, you know, phones and, like I said, my fridge. Last but not least, I wanted to keep the same brand with my solar controller and my solar panel. So this is a Renogy 100-watt solar panel. The one issue with this is it's big, it's bulky, a little annoying to transport. It does fit on my roof rack, so I can mount it on my roof rack. But overall, it is a great product. So there's a run through of my setup, and the point of this video was just to get people thinking about their energy needs. You know, you have a generator, great, but this system can also do things better than the generator can, and then the generator can also do better things than this system can. So they work together. They work together really well. So for a long-term situation, especially if you live in an apartment and you're not allowed to have gas generators, or you don't have the ability to store a lot of fuel, something like this will do amazing for you. That's my little DIY electric generator setup. If you have any other questions, put those down in the comments. And other than that, I'll see you in another video.